welcome back to this video. We are now going to look at how to generate summary of any YouTube videos using Python, and for this we'll be using three Python libraries. So one of them is YouTube transcript API, and in YouTube transcript API will be used to get the transcript of the video. PyTube will be used to interact with the YouTube while using the YouTube URL, YouTube videos URL. spaCy is used to build the NLP, and we'll also use something inbuilt heap queue. It is used to generate summary from the tokenized sentences. And so this collab will be accessible to you. I will point you to the GitHub's link. All you have to do is open in a collab and you can go ahead and play with this here. So let's get started with this one. And this is the settings for this is just GPU. So I'm not is just CPU. I'm not using any TPU or anything. So just your typical CPU sequence is more than enough for this task. So let's get started with this. So before we move on to the next one, so you just need from PyTube, you need extract. So this is used to interact with the YouTube. From HapQ, you need the nth largest, and from YouTube transcript API, you do need YouTube transcript API and spaCy, and you also need en stop words, import stop words. This is used to build the NLP model, and from string you need the punctuation. So the get ID of YouTube video. After importing all the necessary modules, obtain ID of the YouTube video. It can be any YouTube video. Here I have something about failing US car sales in China or something. So that's the video I have, which I will be using here. So that's what we'll go ahead and use here. And for that video, all you need is extract.video ID of the URL, and it will give me this specific one. So it will just give us this specific string, and that's what we need here. And for the next part, to get the transcript of the video, we obtain the transcript of the video. To complete this, following is what we need to do. So get transcript of the video using the YouTube transcript API. So YouTube transcript API dot get transcript of the video ID will give you this, and we just have an empty this will return the dictionary values containing a timeline and the text to retrieve the values here, something like this. So what we have done is we have an empty text here, and for lm in transcript, so we are just going into each line of this, and we are appending this with a space, and we got this specific one. And to get the full sentences, we will use something called Encore WebSM here. So it is Encore WebSM. It is nothing but a small English pipeline which is trained on well-written web text, blogs, news contents that includes vocabulary, syntax, and entities. And all we have to do is nlp.text. nlp.text is a function that is used to process natural language text. And in spaCy, .sentence is used to .sent is used to extract the sentence from the doc object, and this is what you get. So from what we had here like this, so we will just get it into just 4 decades ago. So this will split it into each individual sentences for us. So if you go into here, you should start seeing something like this. So just 4 decades ago, private car ownership was unheard in China. Then for most people will be our next line in a decade. So until the delimiter, which is either any stop words we discussed, right? So if you want to know what are the stop words, so just go type stop words in NLP. So this will give you the complete list. and yeah, here we'll get all the stop words which we were discussing here. So English stop words will give us a list here, which is X, Y, years, U, and full stop and all the words. So that's basically what it's using to split the sentences here. And once we are done with that, the next thing what we have done is we are just printing that sentences here. And after we are done with this, we need to get all the tokens from the document, obtain all the available tokens in the document. We use a loop to iterate through the document and add all tokens to a list, and we just use token.text to get each individual token. So that's what we have done. Token.text for token in document. So we already have the document here. So what we are doing is we are just iterating through that, and we are appending all the list to we are appending all of them to a list, and we are printing it. So our token is a list, and we are just printing that. You can do type of tokens, and that will give you this specific one. And after this is done, the next part would be we need to calculate frequency of a tokens after obtaining all the tokens from a document. So this one is just if the word we got is not a stop word or in a punctuation, we just initialize that word frequency, and for the first time then we keep incrementing it by 1, and that's basically what this is giving. The next step after this is we need to normalize this to a range of 0 to 1. Here it can be 9, 7 or something. We just need it in a range of 0 to 1 like we do it in any machine learning model, and that's basically what this is doing. Normalize the frequency of tokens after getting frequency of each tokens. So get each word of the maximum frequency in a document, divide each frequency by the maximum frequency to normalize the frequencies, and that's the formula we have used here. And we got this post initializations. And calculate the score of a sentence after normalizing frequency. Calculate the score of each sentence available in the document. So get all sentence, create dictionary to store documents for keys and values, iterate through them, and iterate through all the words. If the word is available in the sentence word frequencies, add frequency to the word of sentence. So that's what we have done here. But before we do that, we have converted the word to lower because this will bring us homogeneity. If not, if some characters are in uppercase or in lowercase, they will be computed separately. That's the reason why we have done this. And after we are done, the last thing we had to do was after we are done, we need to generate the summary, and after obtaining the normalized score of each sentences, generate the summary of the actual document. To complete this, perform the text. So here 30% of the maximum score to get the summary of actual text. This will be most important. Combine all of them into a document. So that's why we have done len of sentence token into 0.3. If you don't like the number 0.3, you are free to play around with this and see what works for you. And here we have done the nth largest of this, and we have got this. And finally we have got word.text, and we have joined it, and this is what we got. So if you don't like 0.3, you can play around with what you want. And that's basically how if you want to generate summary for any YouTube video, you can do that. And that's basically what this tutorial is about. And every code we discussed here and the video used in this example is available to you in this GitHub. I will provide this to you in the description. I hope this helps. Thank you for joining.